Is that some sludge coming out of there?
Just a wee bit. This one. Yeah, that hits it. This one. Got some junk in it. I got a few more left.
I get to do it all over again. With a nice improvised snake.
You think that's gonna be enough?
Well, he's shoving it through. You just put the drill on the end of it, spin it around, and force it down through. It should burr up on anything.
And it won't be as abrasive with the coat on the outside of the wire. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time with this coat hanger, mainly because I believe those to be copper all on the inside. Copper's softer than this steel wire coat hanger. I don't want to damage it.
That's the last one.
That's the last one.
So, what we've got here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the oil cooler tube off the 6.9.
So the important part of that is in, you know, if you watched the earlier videos, this engine has a piston squirter. And that piston squirter shoots oil up the bottom of the piston to help cool it. When you're trying to help cool the engine with the oil on the inside of it, you want to keep your oil cool. Now, one thing this motor has is it has a lot of oil because it's got a very big oil pan. But also, this right here bolts on the side of the engine, and your coolant goes through this hole here and this hole here. And if you look, a second there, Kagan. If you look down there, it's like a radiator fins. And that right there is around these tubes that the oil passes through, and actually acts as a heat exchanger, good or bad. So I mean, if you got cold antifreeze and hot oil, it's going to cool the oil down. If you got hot antifreeze and cold oil, it's going to heat the antifreeze up, or heat the oil up. Effectively, the entire engine should be the same operating temperature, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. But
So what you were doing there is you had a
we had
wire
a
coat
piece
hanger.
of a coat hanger, and I was running down through. I could have bought a new one of these. This one, the outside of it's just got some surface rust, and it's been sitting with oil sitting in it all these years. So I think it's going to be all right. If not, it's a pretty easy piece to unbolt, put a new one on.
There was just a little bit of sludge in it. You probably can't see it very well, but there's some couple pieces right here.
I mainly just wanted to clean the holes out of it to make sure the oil could pass through it, because it has been sitting for years, and we're going to clean them out and kind of clean the outside up a little bit. And I've got some new O-rings to replace these O-rings here. And come over here with me.
I want to see Kagan's thing work. Is it gonna work, Kagan?
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah,
I want to see what it comes. Let's see what it comes out like. I repeat, is it gonna work, Kagan?
Yeah.
I caught it. We're good. Sure, you got gloves on. Move this thing. I meant that.
Here, we'll set this thing over here. I'm not sure it's going to work like you wanted it to.
Yeah, Mike.
I'm still waiting for it to come out the bottom.
I just wadded a bunch of it up the top. I don't think it's going to come out the bottom.
It hit something.
No, that's not good.
Bunch of sludge.
Maybe it did hit the bottom. But anyways.
Alright, so what we got?
So this right here, this is obviously your oil filter, or yeah, oil filter where it mounts inside the engine. And these right here bolt to the side of the block like this, and that tube passes in between them. This right here is oil, as is this, and this right here hole and this hole is your antifreeze. So the one O-ring on the very end seals up your oil so the oil can go through it, and the second O-ring creates the chamber for your antifreeze to go into the outer portion of that, and the same thing on this end. So let that flip over. So today we're working on cleaning that up. And then also, over here, I made a blocking plate for the fuel pump, because this had a mechanical fuel pump on it, and I'm going to run an electric fuel pump. And we cleaned our front plate up and went ahead and put the gaskets on and got it all in place. And going to work on finishing the top end of it up, getting my top pan on, getting some of the other bolt-on pieces ready for it here. And so I can cover this thing up and I don't have to worry about stuff getting in it anymore. That's kind of the idea for the day. Preparing it, we're going to take some measurements and so we can build the skid. So
that's the plan for today. Kagan's not giving up on his wire idea yet.
Not yet. As long as he don't end up with that thing stuck in there, I'll let him try whatever he wants. But we're just cleaning that up. Just going to replace these O-rings. That right there, and something to note, is there's nothing that holds that in those end caps. You just pull it apart. Now, I had to tap it apart. It's a little hard to get apart.
Well, it's been there for, what was it, 80 something?
Yeah. But what
20 some years?
Together is where it bolts onto the block. Because once you bolt the ends on, it can't go anywhere. So that's just effectively what holds it together, is where those ends bolt onto the blocks. There is nothing to unbolt. You really, once you get it off here, you should just be able to twist the caps and pull it off.
And one bolt's there?
Yeah, one bolt here. And one back here. I've got that taped over from where I painted it. That way, the surface is good. But
okay.
So we get this thing rebuilt, get it cleaned up. I should have a new oil filter over there, and we will put it all back together and on there and prep for a little bit more paint later on, so I can get the rest of it international gray.
I was gonna say, is it international gray?
Yeah. Which, oddly enough, we actually cleaned this up today. If you come here, I didn't really touch this piece right here too much, but that right there, it was originally international gray. At one point in time.
Well, you guys keep cleaning your tubes out, and let's see the
I gave up.
the O-rings when you're ready to put them on.
All right. Holy cool.
Well, he's got that cleaned up pretty nice. Ready to be international gray. Pretty nice. Not perfect.
Now watch me do now.
Nope.
Hey, don't do that.
Don't spray me.
Look what's coming out the end of that.
That's a lot of sludge. Yeah, you're fine. No, put it on again. Looks like you did pretty good.
Around, they sent the good O-rings.
Sent the good stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Velcro.
I sure already have some Velcro gaskets for that came in the full gasket kit, but check those out. Mall. Good stuff.
What that means? That's fun getting the old ones off.
Yeah, well, or we can just cut them. That can happen.
Are we cutting them?
Mm-hmm.
Not just yet.
Put the knife away, Kagan.
You know good and well that if I cut those perfectly good O-rings and we don't save them, Dad will be upset.
Cut them. For crying out loud. I guess the question is how much is the O-rings that you bought? Were they expensive?
Oh, here, how about that?
Yep, didn't save that one.
Or that one.
Nope.
This is why we're replacing O-rings. You see how
They were
stiff
brittle.
those was? Those is brittle. Hold on a second.
I mean, I don't rebuild oil coolers, but should we get like the air compressor and blow the water out of it? Hold on, I don't think you heard me.
As he sprays more water into it.
What now?
Exactly.
Should I do what?
I said I don't rebuild oil coolers, but should we get the air compressor and blow the water out of it?
Nah, it'll dry.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Be nothing wrong with it. Hagen says that he don't think we can make this video at least PG if he keeps talking. Don't do it, Hagen.
I'm not. Some good footage in here. I'm not going to ruin it.
Something tells me
Gracious.
that's awful stiff, man.
We are definitely probably going to have to clean that lip. I think that lip's got some pitting in it and it's catching. Yeah.
Let's get a look at the lip.
So, yeah, so that's pitted right through there. I kind of thought it doesn't catch there. The O-ring sits inside here. I kind of thought maybe it would slide past that, but evidently I need to take a little bit of sandpaper and clean that. So,
To be continued once we clean the assembly lube and run some sandpaper. It is now. So, some sandpaper and assembly lube later, we're going to try to push it down in again.
hold that right there.
Oh, we're getting Kagan involved this
Yeah,
time.
put the Kagan over.
Does this come with a rubber mallet? Or a wood block and a rubber mallet? He told you to hold it and then he left you. That's typical, huh?
I wanted to see what kind of endurance he's got.
Look, no hands.
Yeah.
I'll try a couple things here.
Question.
My phone won't shut up. What?
These just fit in, or do they lock in? Like twist in?
No, they just slide in. That didn't work, did it? Still got it? The bad news is, we're filming this, and somebody's either going to comment on the video or shout out to us later and say, oh, well, you're doing it the hard way. This is the easy way. And I'll be like, cool.
Don't need to know that now. Already put it back together.
Kagan wants to use a strap. I can just tell.
Oh, he went after one.
He
Probably.
wants to use a strap. I'm going to let him. Hold on, let me do this. Problem is, it's not one to do everything. back off the pressure on it. We'll have to relatch a little bit here. I think it's pushing a lot far down on this side. Yep, okay. So what I need to do is, alright, we're going to move it to on the back side here. Okay, now strap it down. Hold on.
Got it.
Hey, you know what though?
It's in.
It's not in all the way, but it is close.
See, now you know what we need to do, right?
What's that?
Flip it.
No,
What do you mean no?
no. Not flipping it. Hold on.
Man, I guess I'm going to ask dumb questions. Why
Yeah.
don't we just go get the other side and use the strap to put them both on at the same time?
Well, we will here in a second. I want to make sure that side seat is good. Trying to back side a little bit more.
See, they don't listen to me. That's why I just hold the camera.
Hey, you just recently started listening to me.
It's only because I'm looking for the entertainment value sometimes. Okay, hold that.
Something good.
We're almost there. Give her a little bit more on that.
Get her off. She's got Captain.
He says, sounds like I'm playing a banjo over here.
That's pretty.
You almost got it. Come on, you can do it. Just one more notch. Oh, there it went. Guess what?
It's in.
That is a solid rock bottom right there.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say there's a better way.
Probably.
There's always a better way.
Not nearly as entertaining as this, though. Now, speaking of the other end, where did it end up at?
Look at that. Nice and pressed down in there.
Purdy.
Surprisingly straight, too.
Surprisingly straight.
Very new. The new one's got Vigo Mortician in it, or however you pronounce his last name.
Think that same setup's going to work this time
I
around?
don't know. By the way, guys, Doc stopped by to visit.
What's up, Doc?
They come by to check out how things are going on the cheap trick bike.
Yeah, it's a slow process.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
We're getting set up to try and press this side in.
Oh, now we got that rollback.
Press.
Press.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hold
in
on.
1951.
You
Well,
can-
that was the fix on it.
Oh, it
Yep.
was.
Yeah, 1800.
Just one.
See it on there. It wasn't as,
PBS.
yeah, it wasn't as good as what the
Ooh, ooh,
750
ooh.
was.
That might be it. It might have went all the way there. I think it did.
I think that, yeah.
Okay, stop that and we'll check how the bolt holes line up.
Not good.
Huh? What?
Not good.
Well, I could turn it. I think. What do you think? Hold that down.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. We'll get them lined up.
And that is not the proper way to do that. But
Okay, we got that started.
It looks like it's lined up pretty good.
Yeah, I think we're good. We just need to take it back off.
Yeah. You got to put gaskets on for it.
Yeah, I know, but I want to make sure at least a couple of each one line up.
open it in the back.
We'll line up.
Maybe we didn't need a long bolt.
You didn't say it. You didn't specify what kind of bolt you needed.
Gonna work, Kagan?
You started? Okay. All right, good. We'll take it back apart and we'll get the correct gasket.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is how you rebuild an oil cooler.
That's pretty much about it. We're gonna put the gaskets on there and bolt them on there and call it a day. Now I'll kind of degrease everything a little bit before I spray a little bit more engine paint on there. But we got to do the water pump next, and then probably won't get to it today. But after that, I need to do the valley pan and the injector pump. So
One step at a time.
what? I got two of them right here. But yeah, and I probably need to get that injector pump on there because Justin probably wants his pump in his camshaft back that I need to send him. Sorry, Justin. We'll get him there though. Eventually.
All right, well, thanks for watching, guys.
See ya.